Hello, hockey, basketball, and soccer fans. My name is David. I thought I would start this video shortly before 6 on the evening of Monday, 2nd of December, 2024, North American Eastern Standard Time. So I'm going to make this video about Winnipeg Jets defenseman Logan Stanley. A couple of interesting videos I reviewed earlier Monday Eastern Time and watched from the Peg City Hockey and Jets Hub YouTube men. So, what's wrong with Logan Stanley? They claim like, oh, the coaching staff is just incredibly stupid to use the defenseman. So, what could be so bad? I'm not going to pretend to say like, oh, I watch every single Winnipeg Jets game or Logan Stanley, but it's hard not to notice. Okay, so 13 games, Stanley has put up 3 points, one of them a goal. Has a +6. What could be wrong with those? Scratch below the surface. And it is the penalties that Stanley has taken. Indeed, I count among penalties he has taken only one that hasn't been a minor. Last month, in a home game against the Bolts, Stanley took a fighting major during a fight with Bolts forward Zemgus Girgensons, formerly of the Buffalo Sabres. With Girgensons having this past offseason signed with Bolts. I forget what the term is. Okay, so it's a 3-season, $2.55 million contract. Okay, so it's sub $1 million per season cap hit. Okay, so doesn't matter. I mean, I'm not going to get too much of that. Anyone can read up about Girgensons in that relevant Wikipedia article. So Logan Stanley, let's take a look. So this regular season, Stanley took 4 minutes penalties, all of them in a home game against the Leafs that occurred during on the final Monday of that month. In November, he took 9 minutes worth of penalties, one during each of the Jets' home games against the Bolts, which is the fighting major I referred to earlier. Utah Hockey Club, which was a minor, I forget what it was, and against the Dallas Stars, took another one. So through October, November, during the multiple games of the regular season, Stanley had taken 13 minutes worth of penalties, 8 of which had not had to do with fighting. So already, Stanley, this month, in that game against the Dallas Stars, which was an away one for the Jets, took 6 minutes worth of penalties, all the minors. So there's that. So October, he took 4. And in just one game. That was it for penalties. And we have to look at, well, all right, so that means already more than all of October. And November, he took 9 minutes worth of penalties. And he's just 3 minutes behind, having taken all the penalties in all the minutes penalties he took in November. He's just 3 minutes behind this month. But if excluding that fighting major for that fight with Girgensons, Stanley has already blown on by the number of penalties he took. In November, he took 4 minutes of penalties that didn't have to do with fighting. So yes, or at least they weren't called fighting. They were called minors, so is Logan Stanley slow? That's what I have an inkling of. It seems that he's slow. A lot of players in the NHL, when they go fast, they play with speed with the puck, drive hard toward the net, draw penalties. In equivalent of in basketball, in the NBA, fouls. So that's important. Speed matters in the modern NHL. Yeah, Logan Stanley has been a penalty-taking machine. He was against the Dallas Stars. In just under 11 minutes of actual ice time, okay, so the Jets didn't get scored upon on the penalty kill. That may be a good thing. Yet, it's hard not to notice just how poorly just those penalties were momentum killers. And, all right, there's a goal here. So we're just going to recap the goals here. So, all right, so we have, there was only one goal that wasn't scored at even strength, and that was an empty netter. But that, again, there was no penalty. Neither team, neither the Jets nor Stars scored on special teams. Just going to shoot. So we're just going to go with the penalties here. And Stanley took 2 penalties in the first period. One a bit over 7.5 minutes in, a slashing call against Stars winger Evgeny Dodonov, then a cross check to Rupe Hintz, and then Stanley hooking call, hooking Jason Robertson. And yes, there were other penalty takers. The only other 2 I count are Hayden Fleury for tripping against Evgeny Dodonov, and Josh Morrissey, a.k.a. Norrisy, slashing against Sam Steele. So yes, Logan Stanley, so I forget how many penalties the Jets took. In terms of penalty minutes, okay, the Jets took 10, and Stanley took 6 of them. So, I don't know what's going to happen with Logan Stanley, but any claim about Scott O'Neill, the head coach of the Jets, that been claimed that, Stanley's no good sitting in the press box. Was Stanley good when he wasn't in the press box against the Dallas Stars? Okay, to be fair, referring to an ESPN box score of the game, he had Stanley had a 0 plus minus. He didn't put up a point, but it's the penalties that he took. We missed a shot, but it's the penalties that he took. He took 3, all the minors. And I have to ask myself, what's going on? Something's not right. And if the Jets coaching staff doesn't figure it out, things could get ugly fast. In a game against a different team, against a different NHL team, it could be the Jets get scored upon once, maybe twice or more on the penalty kill. The regular season series against the Dallas Stars has 2 more games to go. One of them with the earlier of the 2 in March, which will be at Canada Life Center. Then in April at the American Airlines Center. So I'm going to take a look at the schedule for the Winnipeg Jets. I kind of forget when they play. So we're going to look to the schedule for the Winnipeg Jets. We're going to see now with the Dallas Stars game out of the way, what's up next. So the Jets return home on Tuesday to face St. Louis Blues before ending the week with 2 away games, one against the Sabres, the other against the Blackhawks, before returning home on Sunday Eastern time to play the Columbus Blue Jackets. And then before 3 games after that at home next week, so it'll be home sweet home. Maybe things will go better, even whether Logan Stanley plays or not. Then there are a couple games in California during the week of the 15th of December Eastern time. Then it's home against the Wild. Then an away game against the Leafs on the 23rd. And then the Western Christmas break. And then 28th and the 30th Eastern Time. The home game against the Sens and Preds before an away game against the Avs on New Year's Eve Eastern Time. It's going to be very interesting because traveling to Denver is not exactly close to Winnipeg. I don't know what the flight is, but again, it's going to be a very interesting month. It's going to be a rather crucial month where the Jets will manage to retain the 10-point lead that they currently have on for a top 3 Central Division spot. Guess we'll have to wait and see what happens. But all in all, Logan Stanley, there has to be cause for concern. It's, I would say it's alarming that he's taking so many penalties, and it seems to be he's slowed down substantially. Whether that means the coaching staff benches him, to be determined. But still, what isn't is that the Jets have been slumping, and there's more on that via postcast of the Illegal Curve podcast that was posted to YouTube after the Jets lost to the Dallas Stars. So anyway, if you like the video and like similar videos about Canada's NHL, NBA, and NBA G League teams, please consider liking and subscribing for more such content. If you want more time notifications of videos I put out, I highly encourage you to click that notification bell. With this video over, I'm going to turn to those games that are scheduled for this week. I know that the Raptors, the Raptors G League affiliate, Raptors 905, and all of Canada's NHL teams will be in action at one point or another during the week. And I plan to address those games in subsequent videos.